Welcome to Pegasus Auto Racing Supplies. I'm Zach Moore on Techline, and today we're talking about head and neck restraints. These specific ones would be the Simpson Hybrid S and a Simpson Hybrid Sport. It's very similar designs. They both strap around your chest rib cage and drape over your shoulders and go down your back. Now, this happens to be very thin. This would be the system for using a 3-point belt, basically the factory seat belts that would be in your factory car. This is not approved for use in a 3-point belt. It is just another standard racing oriented head and neck restraint device. This just happens to strap around your body just like the Hybrid S does, but this stops basically at your shoulders. This continues down your spine. Now, the reason that this is approved for use in a 3-point belt is because of just that. This continues down your spine. This is what's going to keep everything in line, whether you have a factory 3-point belt, 5-point belt, 6-point belt. The magic isn't in the shoulder harnesses like it is with other devices. The magic here is it continuing down your spine. Now, you may also notice that this particular sport happens to have these style anchors that would go to your helmet. This is the M61 style. This is the more commonly known and used post anchor style. Other things to make note of, these do need to be fitted and adjusted for each individual body. If you don't, it won't function correctly. It won't be safe like it's supposed to be. And on top of that, you won't have the full range of motion that you should normally have. The main things to measure are, when you have this clipped, this actually goes around your chest. I'll put it on quick just to show. Now, it's worth noting, I may not be a small person, but I am a small here. That's because this is with it strapped onto your chest. Make sure not to hit the microphone here, but this will be way too big for me just because I have probably 3 inches here between my chest or my sternum and the clip. They do come fully tight, or as tight as they can be adjusted. So the fact that this is already as tight as it can be and it's still very loose is a problem for me. So it is important to make sure that you have that measured correctly. And it's the same story for the Sport here. We just happen to grab larges off the shelf and they're way too big for me. So it is important to make sure you measure right across, right underneath the breast, all the way around, just to make sure that you have that correct measurement. You can use a string, you can use a soft tape measure, it doesn't really matter. Either one works great as long as you take it accurately. You also want to make sure that you're measuring over your suit, over whatever it is you're going to be wearing, because that's where this goes. Over your suit, over a sweatshirt, whatever it may be. We always suggest driver's suits. The nice thing about this is it does provide a little bridge between full street car and full race car. Like I said, 3-point belt works great all day long. That is a huge void in the market that this fills really, really well. There's tons of people that are doing track days that don't have a roll cage, don't want to have a roll cage. This does a great job for providing that kind of intermittent step. You know, you don't need a full race seat and race harness for this to function correctly, whereas this you do. Like I said, this is just another standard head and neck restraint system that works really, really well. You do require a 5 or 6-point harness with this because that still relies on the harness itself. This does clip on just the same as this. It's very similar, actually the same buckle system, same straps, everything there is the same. This one happens to be FIA approved. This one is FIA and SFI. This one is also SFI. But make sure that if you're using a 3-point belt that you're using a Hybrid S. Like I said, critical for a 3-point belt, fills a big void in the market, does a great job at it. This is another great product. They are very, very adjustable. So you can see all the adjustments here. that is all intended to make sure that you have it as a perfect fit for you as a driver to make sure that you're as safe as humanly possible. If you have any questions or any comments, questions, concerns about these products, feel free to call us or email us. We can give you as much information as we can and help you out as best we can.